Alright, well howdy there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Chaster Beef Collection for... I'm talking in game. Welcome back to the Chaster Beef Collection for one last hoorah, I guess. This probably won't be the last time we're in here, but I would say it's going to be the last time for at least a couple months, because as of recording this, 2 days from now, Halo 5's coming out. So I've been playing this a little more recently, Halo 4. And I've been doing pretty goddamn good at it. My rank jumped up pretty significantly, and yeah, the more I play it, the more I like it. Like, I mean, Halo 3 is still like my all-time favorite, and Halo 2 Anniversary is really damn good. But Halo 4 is just a solid game. Yeah, I figure this video not only be some valuable practice for me going into the newest Halo game, but also allow me to reflect on my thoughts on it before I actually play it, and just probably talk about some other general bullshit if it comes to mind, but if not, oh well. Hi there, friend. I rocketed right into that. So yeah, the past couple of betas I've played, you haven't seen gameplay footage of. And generally, anything like that that's kind of experimental or whatever, I love recording and just, you know, putting up my reactions. That's just, not that I think, even if they're not super entertaining, more so for the fact just to show a, you know, genuine reaction, and hopefully, you know, it might help someone else who hasn't played it or even has played it, you know, see how people are liking the game in general. And, the first beta that I didn't even record at all was Halo 5. And really no need to for that. I said I really didn't care for it, which is kind of... if you haven't watched any other videos and haven't heard me bitching about it, you're probably like, why the fuck are you even, you know, playing a Halo game if you didn't like Halo 5? But I'll get into that later. And I also... I'm getting fucking raped with this loadout. Let me try DMR. I also recorded Battlefront, the new Star Wars beta that was ran for a few days on PC, and I had so little regard for it that I didn't even put out a video. I recorded two different things. I recorded like a Let's Play style deal. Ashton couldn't get on, so there was no co-op, which is what I kind of wanted to have anyway. But I didn't even use the footage as a, like, you know, after the fact type deal. Goddamn, I'm sucking ass. Because of how just utterly disappointed I was with that beta. It played really well, but it was just, like, I could tell they're starved for content, and I didn't like that every fucking blaster basically handled the same. I didn't like how they handled the equipment with the whole cards bullshit. Hated the vehicles, how they handled. There just wasn't a whole lot I liked about it, so I felt like it would have been kinda not really make a whole lot of sense just to, what the fuck is that Warlord thing? Is that like, what the fuck? I've never seen that before. Is he like my nemesis? Is that what that is? I've never noticed that. Or is that the last guy that killed me? Like, I seriously don't know what that is. I didn't feel like it was worth my time to make a video about a game that I didn't like, number one, just because it would have been me bitching the entire time. And I just didn't want to put effort into showing off a game that I didn't like, so I just didn't at all. It's disappointing, really, because like I said, it's DICE and it's beautiful, and I would have loved to played it, but if it came out in spring, I may have given it a chance. But there's way too much shit coming out between Halo tomorrow and Fallout 4 2 weeks from now, so I said, fuck it. And it's obvious that they're carving up the game's map packs and game modes and co-op missions probably to make DLC out of, so I'm not supporting that shit any longer. I'm doing marginally less bad. This is what happens. I'll do amazing when I'm not recording, but of course I'm usually focusing about 10 times harder. Way it is. Now, as I said earlier, the other beta that I didn't record was Halo 5, and I did play a good chunk of it, probably 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. And I don't like it. I don't like, at least what I played, I did not like the multiplayer. It was it can be said that they played this game kind of safe, but I really don't think they did. I mean, there's a lot of fundamental changes. Holy shit. There's a lot of fundamental changes in Halo 4 compared to 3, and even between Halo 3 and Reach. When they announced Reach and I saw gameplay for it, coming from Halo 3 being my main game for, you know, a couple of years, I was pumped for it. You know, I really liked the idea of the different armor, not permutations, abilities. Sprint being one of them, of course. Back then it was just an ability. You couldn't sprint all the time. And I just really liked the ideas that they were presenting with the different weapons and loadouts and blah, blah, blah. So, when it came out, I really enjoyed Reach. I really did. I think it's still... Double? Damn, okay. I still think it's the weakest Halo title, especially as far as single player goes. But multiplayer had some really fun moments. It had a really good game mode with the Elites versus Spartans. That was probably the coolest thing about it to me, was the division of player types. They had a lot of good ideas with that, but they didn't play it so safe with that game. And even though, in my opinion, it's the weakest out of the Halos, I really liked it. And then you got to this game, and I think they merged all the good things with 3, all the good things with Reach. At least the game, last kill, of course. Oh God, we did awful. That guy carried us. But it merged all the good gameplay elements from both classic Halo and Reach, but ditched a lot of the good features. Like Firefight was amazing, that they didn't carry over from either ODST or Reach. And the campaign left a little bit to be desired, but overall, Halo 4 is a great game, in my opinion. Honestly, if I had to bitch, the worst thing I think about this game is, you can hear it now, is the score. It's not a bad score, and honestly, it does fit with the changes as far as like the story elements and stuff go in the campaign, but it's not Marty O'Donnell, and it just doesn't have the, I don't know, the Space Odyssey feeling. It's more sci-fi oriented, and that's kind of the entire thing about Halo 4, that it really went to more of a sci-fi direction. And they really, really went into a sci-fi direction with Halo 5, I feel like, and just all around didn't keep the Halo core, at least in when I played multiplayer. You know, the things they did with Halo 4, they were a little less grounded. They were a little more out there, science fiction-wise. The game design was not as core, but at the end of the day, you know, you still had the normal shooting gameplay, vehicles. It all just felt like a more polished, more modernized version of what Halo is at its core. I did not get that feeling from Halo 5 at all. So I'm going to give you an example. So like that, you can't, you know, there's no zoom on the assault rifle. There shouldn't be zoom on the assault rifle. There was never zoom. There was never ADS, because this is your S, you know what I mean? So, and now you could pretty much ADS with anything, but it's like, when they said that initially, when I hadn't seen gameplay of it, I was like, okay, that's okay, it's not a big deal. But it's not like it is now. So like that, the Spartans up until, you know, Halo 5, they're all virtual sights. I mean, when you aim down these sights, you're not looking, you know, it's just basically, it's your HUD zooming in. And the same thing can be said, that's what's happening in 5, but the thing that makes this special is you can see, you know, you have your sight like so, but you could, if you look around, and it's more dark in this game than the past Halos, but you can still see, you could actually see your peripheral vision, and that's fucking really, really valuable in this game, being able to zoom and still be able to see your surroundings. They pretty much destroyed that feature in Halo 5 with a lot of the aim down sights. It's too zoomed in for a lot of it. Even your field of view gets, I mean, it doesn't really blur necessarily with a lot of the depth of field stuff, but it does suffer because of it, and I don't like it whatsoever. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, all it seems to do, instead of rewarding someone for zooming, it punishes the people who don't, and that to me is a bad gameplay mechanic, where you punish someone for not doing something rather than rewarding someone for doing something. That's just, I mean, that's just stupid to me. I should have had that. I don't like how the, you know, for prime example, the assault rifle, the spread is god awful unless you're aiming down the sights. It's 100 times worse than that. Like, it's not even comparable to like Halo 1 assault rifle. But as soon as you do that, it's usable, and it's still like virtual sight, but it doesn't flow well at all. Sprinting is kind of weird. They made it to where your shields can't recharge. For that, I'm alright with it. That's a decent gameplay idea. But with all the other shit they changed, it just doesn't... It's one of those things that doesn't mesh well to me. It's just a lot of this shit just doesn't feel natural. They forced a lot of in-game chatter. Like, I think you could turn it off. But the Spartans, which are whatever they are at this point, I guess Spartan... I couldn't even tell you, man. Chiefs 2, they're 3s in Halo Reach, so they were 4s in this game. I guess they're still 4s, but it doesn't really say one way or another. But they talk to each other. They're like, oh, enemy up there on this call sign, or what, you know, depending on where you're at on the map. And it just doesn't feel natural, doesn't sound natural. Speaking of sounds, they changed the fucking shield sound. I've bitched about that in like every Halo related video by now, but what the fuck? Alright, get me out of here. Alright, we're getting matched up against some decent teams. But like, you know, when your shield's down in this game, you'll hear this. If I can fucking even do it. It's that. Everyone knows that. It's now faster and higher pitched, and it doesn't mesh at all. It sounds so strange. And what I'm at least hoping that if they don't change it altogether, that, you know, Master Chief's shields still sound the same because he's wearing, you know, his classic, or not classic, it's the same armor, but, you know, it still looks like it's in Halo 4. Oh, plasma kill, nice. But I'm hoping it's just the new Spartans with their new armor that has that fucked up sound, and John still sounds normal, like it should. And I hope to God you could change the shield sounds in multiplayer as unlocks, because it just doesn't, it's not right. I mean, it's that sound is so iconic. That's like changing the theme music. But the level flows, nothing just felt Halo to me. And it didn't even feel like Call of Duty. It felt like, I don't know, they were trying to, it felt like I was trying to play Crysis or something. It was just very strange. But it was not a feature, not an experience that I enjoyed whatsoever. Okay, nice. That I enjoyed whatsoever. And it does concern me about the game, because I'm like, if I didn't enjoy that, am I really going to enjoy the full game? And I just can't see myself logging very many hours into multiplayer at this rate, because of all that. So I hope they took a lot of the feedback seriously and made some changes that'll hopefully appeal to everyone. But I'm afraid they're trying to, they're making shit way over complex, and they're detracting from the core features rather than adding to them, and that's a problem. I don't really like the way any of the weapons, like the battle rifle, handles with the new sight. I don't like the way anything handles. So I really hope they've since put some finishing touches on it since the beta. But for all the worries that I have about multiplayer with the weird looking game modes and especially the core gameplay, I'm just as concerned for the single player, because of the whole lock Master Chief split thing. I really hope it's done well. I don't think it can be done any worse than they did with, like, introducing the Arbiter. Not to say, like, I really like that. I did like the Arbiter shit in Halo 2. But I understand that a lot of people didn't, and they felt like it was very just unnatural. And I can see where they're coming from. So, you know, for me it was done right. But I feel like it's a subjective, personal thing, and I think that they could possibly make it just even a million times worse with Locke. Because let's be honest, all we've had is that damn Nightfall show that was not that, like, he's a good actor. The voice actor and the live action actor for him. He was he did well. He did well with the source material. But the fact of the matter is it was badly written. Like, it was not that good. It was kind of interesting at first when they had like the whole terrorist subplot thing with the elites and shit, but it was just overall not that entertaining, and it was dragged out and just kind of weak. And so that was not a good introduction at all. It didn't really build his character, other than he's like kind of by the books, but not really I'll do whatever type of person. Whereas the Arbiter, although he was introduced quickly, you automatically kind of understood his character. He was trying to, he failed his covenant. He was pretty much, a zealot, and and he's being tortured and overthrown by a new regime. So he's trying to prove his honor. And I think within 10 to 15 minutes worth of cutscenes, you got his character plus his fucking his voice actor. So it made everything that much easier. And I really just hope that they give enough attention to Locke, but that he doesn't become this crutch. And I'm also just as worried about the whole co-op aspect. Like I think it's a 4-player campaign, right? Is what they said you could do. And that sounds all well and good, but I just don't want them to make the team element a crutch, both in gameplay and story elements. Because what ends up happening most of the time is when you have that many people, they try to split screen time, and it doesn't work well at all. So I hope that Master Chief is still the predominant person in this game, and I really hope that his screen time isn't taken up by the ridiculous, like, Cortana, him searching for a way to remake Cortana and bring her back from the dead, quote unquote. So there's just a lot of things that I'm afraid that they could just royally fuck up with this game's story. But it could be new and exciting, and it could be done amazingly. And they say it's supposed to take like 10 or 12 hours to beat. So if that's the truth, then it could be something spectacular. I don't know. And if the game, the campaign introduces the new gameplay elements in a logical fashion, and it makes sense that way, then, oh my god, I'm on a fucking frenzy. Then, that'll, oh my god, was that a headshot? I don't think it was. Then, I could really enjoy it then. So, it's got a lot of opportunity to do things right if they take the opportunities, but just, I've been so burned by games that are this ambitious and trying to change, core elements, and it just doesn't turn out well at all for them. So I hope it does well, but I'm just painfully cautious. Tell you something that I am really excited for, that I think is really cool, and I think even PC games need to have an option that's implemented. I know there's a couple mods out there for like Skyrim that do it, but it's a dynamic resolution option. So basically what this does is, on Halo 5, they're prioritizing 60 frames per second. Now, if you watch this game closely, you can see Halo 4 dip into sub 60 frames per second sometime, which shouldn't be a fucking thing, but it is. Finally died. I'm doing good this round. It's 1080p, they've turned up the effects, and 60 frames per second. So every now and then it does dip into into the 50s. I've even seen it to the high 30s in campaign before. At least looked like it to my naked eye. So, but they want a locked 60 frames per second experience on Halo 5, and it's going to be a better looking game, more demanding. So how do they do that? Being able to have high resolution. Well, what they're going to do is make it run in 1080p by default. But if there's any, if it's really stressful and it can't render it at 60 frames per second, it'll knock it down, knock the resolution down. So I don't know what resolutions they're using, but I'd say it's going to be, but it'll go between 1080 and then something like 900p and something like 720p, or it'll keep stretching it go to like 16 by 9 1080p, 5 by 4 1080p, 4 by 3, however they do it, because Advanced Warfare was like 1200s or something by 1080. And that looks better to me than upscaled from a lower resolution. So I think if they did that, I would honestly don't think it would be that noticeable. while it's happening, going on in game. And I would really love to see that in PC games because, you know, my rig usually I can pretty much dial in settings and know whenever it'll never drop. But you know, if I'm playing like a single player and I want it V-synced, and you know, these effects look incredible to me, and I always want them on, but I know that in some areas it might dip down, and I still want to keep 60 frames per second. I wouldn't mind at all if it dipped, you know, if it switched down to 1080p or you know, lower than 1080p for that time. Or some games that I run downsampled. It would be really cool if you could, you know, make it switch from, like, say I run it like 1527p, you know, sample it back down to 1080p for when it can't render it properly. Shit like that. I think that's a really cool algorithm, really cool technology that should be implemented and everything. So that's a cool technical aspect. But, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be, these consoles shouldn't be so fucking underpowered they have to even make that a thing, but they are, because both fucking Sony and Microsoft undercut these bastards to save money. So alright, this is going to be really fun or painfully long and stupid. One or the other. There's no in between. Alright. Fucking squad off. Where's the other guy? I can't lock onto that. Keep going. I like how we all fucking, there's like mechs and shit, and we all go with fucking warthogs. Yeah, I don't know what all maps there's going to be in multiplayer, but I do know that one that the remake of whatchamacallit, it's in the beta. I'm in bad shape. That was in the beta. The Halo 2 midship. So that's a thing, which is pretty cool. And there was that other map that I played that I really didn't like. Oh my god. Oh, did I get him? I guess I got him. But I'm hoping there's some repeats from, you know, throughout, besides midship, that could probably be done really well. We'll see. I don't want, like, all of them, obviously, to be remakes, but a couple every now and then sprinkled in. Can't be a bad thing. This is a weird weapon to me. Like, it doesn't feel very Halo-y. It's fun to use, but no, it just doesn't work for me. Ah, I thought I had it charged up more than I did. Yep, like I said, this is gonna be the painfully long option. I'm wondering how campaign will go. I have some predictions of what's gonna happen. I don't think they're not going to kill Master Chief off this game. There's no way. If they're going to do it, it's going to be the last game, and Locke will take up his bullshit or whatever. But I do think they're going to send Locke on a mission to hunt. Obviously, they're sending Locke on a mission to hunt down Master Chief because he's gone AWOL. And by the end of the game, he's going to side with Master Chief because he's either doing something for the greater good or something like that. I don't know. Oh my god. But whatever the motive, he'll side with Master Chief, and Halsey's going to come back up at some point. Don't know where or how or what the mechanic behind that's going to be, but she's going to be back working with the Jul Amdama, or maybe not Jul. Is it Jul Amdama? Is he still alive, or is it one of his subordinates? I can't remember. Been a long goddamn time since I played Spartan Ops. Oh my god. And then there's going to be something about bringing back Cortana. I know that for certain, but I doubt that she will be back in this game. But maybe, you never know. I think that they're going to get Jen Taylor, is that her name? I think so. Yeah, to just be Halsey in this game for her voice work. Don't know for a fact. Those are my predictions, and I guarantee you that what's conveniently going to happen when, like in the last couple missions, if Locke does is part of Master Chief. Oh, what the fuck? I was on him. I was holding X. Nah, I got you, motherfucker. God damn it. Whenever Locke does join Chief's team, that you know, since there's going to be like 3 other Spartans on each other's teams, that like 2 of them on each team are going to die conveniently. That way, it'll still be fine for co-op playing. Or maybe only a couple of them will die, and then the other, like, 2 will be AI or something like that. But I guarantee you they're going to make room with the smaller squads by killing off some of them. God damn, I'm sucking at this. Where's our fucking mech? I also wouldn't be sad if this son of a bitch never comes back. I mean, it's alright in campaign, but it's just so fucking... I would much rather have the Scorpion than this weird-ass son of a bitch. It's like so underpowered and so overpowered at the same time. I'm not in good shape. I'll tell you another thing that kind of grinds my gears. Some of the vehicle redesigns I've seen, holy shit, they look so weird. Like the Wraith being all like streamlined and shit, I'm not crazy about it. And I'm hoping they're still dealing with like the pirate side of the, either one or the other. They either keep one side of the elites and the, you know, the rogue covenant the normal way it was, and then the newly formed, you know, whatever you want to call it, faction under the Arbiter is still the same, or vice versa. But they shouldn't all be redesigned like that. But I guarantee you they're going to be. Oh, what you going to do now, fam? Didn't think I'd do that, did you? Fuck you. Goodbye, Mantis. Alright, well, I did alright in it. We're still down a flag, but see if I can make my way over there. And it seems like the Scorpion looks really fucking weird. And I really don't care for a lot of the weapon redesigns. I'll tell you the one that bothers me the most. The assault rifle looks kind of weird. The BR, I don't like the new sight. Sniper rifles actually looks better than it does in this game, in my opinion. And a couple other ones that are just like, like the Magnum. I have no feelings one way or another about it. But the fucking SMG. They decided to bring back the SMG and rape the way it looks. Like, the top-loading magazine looks horrible to me. Like, I get they're trying to emulate the P90, but why have it, you know, top-load or side-load for so goddamn long and then all of a sudden switch it? It makes no sense to me. Dead. They are focused. I'll give them that. The Gun Goose is back, like, permanently. That's pretty cool. I'm glad they brought that back from Anniversary. I knew it had to be in there because there's no way they would just bring it in for one game and leave it out. Yes, but in my humble opinion, Halo 3 was super huge. I mean, it was blockbuster, but it was still under Bungie, you know, pretty much mostly under their direction. So I feel like it was still pretty core and still just what they wanted to do. ODST was kind of forced upon them. I feel like they didn't really want to do it, but they were... It was another project, and they were kind of contractually had to release something. So, they made that. Then I feel like Reach was the real attempt to dig into the mainstream market. I mean, not that they weren't already in the mainstream market, but they wanted a hold of everyone, like Call of Duty had by the time Modern Warfare 2 came out. And they saw how successful it was with even just Modern Warfare 1, goddamn, in 2007. So I feel like Reach was like trying to dig into that mainstream audience. This game is kind of, to me, just testing the waters to see what they can get away with, both in terms of more mainstream elements and under the new studio. And then I feel like Halo 5 is going to be their all-out, like, let's try to snatch up literally every player in the world. And I really hope they don't make the game too watered down and too vague because of it. But every time I've seen games attempt to do that sort of thing, it ends up being exactly that. Either way too ambitious and it just doesn't work, or it just ends up being a watered down... Oh my god, that was a good shot. And it's just, there's no sustenance. Oh my god. left there, so. There's a lot of things that can go bad, is all I'm saying. I'm also wondering how Prometheans are going to play into this, because obviously there's going to be both Covenant and Prometheans as enemies. But now that the Didact's gone, I don't know if that big fucking Phoenix-looking thing is going to be a, you know, a major player, or how all that's going to go. Haven't figured that one out in my head yet. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do that night, though, to be completely honest, because, you know, tomorrow, for me, tomorrow night, for you guys tonight, because I do have to work Tuesday. I only have one class Tuesday, luckily, but I do have to work, so hopefully I can get back early and play the dicks out of it and not have too much homework to do on top of that. I want to try to knock everything out Monday night. So hopefully that all pans out. But generally with video games as of late, my schedule never fucking works out. Little bit of lag. I heard a lot of people had a fucked up preload with Halo 5. Like, if you downloaded it at a certain time period, some people would have, like, it'd be under 40 gigs and it was just a test file or something like that, so it didn't actually fucking work. I'd have been pissed off about that, because even on 50 megabit on Ethernet, and of course my console doesn't get the full 50 for whatever fucking reason it does on my PC, but it's taking ages to download. So I would hate to be like, have my internet at home and preloading that entire fucking file only to find out that it's not usable and I'd have to fucking do it again. I would be livid. Because you can't, like, just say, oh, I'll just install it off the disk, because you don't own the disk. You'd have to buy the disk. And that, like, especially for people with, you know, fucking shitty Americans IPs that have data caps, that could be like, goddamn, a third of your data cap for some plans, downloading that shit twice or more. I feel like I should at least got a hit marker on that vehicle, but whatever. Well, that was fucking horrible. Fuck you, turret. The customization in Halo 5 from what was in the beta, of course, it was a lot of that shit was placeholder and the textures weren't, like, fully done, but that looked, like, really immersive and pretty cool. I just hope, like, the unlocks are both doable and meaningful, and, like, I actually want to get them, because a lot of the armors in Halo 4 just look robotic and shitty to me. I also hope they don't do that stupid, oh my god, what was that called? Where you reach Spartan rank 70, and then every 10 was a new specialization. Is that what it was? Yeah, that shit was horrible. I still had a couple left I didn't do in Halo 4, but it was so pointless. Alright, let's make this not terribly painful. I don't know why I'm going for the sniper rifles. I know I'm going to fucking lose this battle. Or win it. That's fine with me. God, that took way too many rounds. I'm ashamed. I'll fucking steal that shit and get a triple. Whatever. Oh! I'd like to think that was a headshot, but I don't think it was. That was, I think. Can't tell. Alright. I stole so many of those, and I feel bad. I really do. I'm not even going to say anything like get on my shoulders, because I know I stole like 3 of those. But, you know, universe be like it do. That was a headshot. Yeah, when I'm hoping, here's what I want to get out of my $60 that I paid for Halo 5. I want to have an enjoyable campaign that I can go back and achievement hunt in and actually have fun doing it, and not a bunch of retarded ass, like, lasso achievements or anything like they have in this fucking pitiful excuse for an achievement list in this game. It's like, yeah, you can get 5,000 gamer score at launch, now it's 6,000, but, you know, only 1,000 of them are possible if you're a normal fucking human being. And I like, you know, be completely done, when I'm completely done with the single player, I want the multiplayer to be something that I want to go back and forth between when I'm playing Fallout 4. When I want to have a single player experience, I'll be playing Fallout 4, and when I have multiplayer, I'll play Halo 5 for, you know, the next 2, 3, 4 months of my life, probably. It's the only games I'm going to be playing, so that's what I want. A good narrative that will further the story, not fuck up the lore that's already been out there, and there we go. and actually be well written and enjoyable, and not make me hate 343, but then have a compelling enough multiplayer that's been, God, hopefully improved over what I played in the beta, that I can still enjoy playing while I'm playing another game at the same time. We'll see. We'll see if that pans out. God damn, I'm bad. I'm just terrible. I'm on a frenzy again. That's 2 frenzies in 1 video. Suck it, scrubs. I fucking killed you crouched. How do you like that shit? These things are fucking awful. I wish they would just get rid of those, bring back spikes and or incendiaries or all of the above, because that was actually really fun to have that much grenade variety. But no. Let's make a timed explosive that no one ever gets killed by. I seriously think I have like 10 kills total with those things in, you know, base Halo 4. Because of that right there. Because it's like, oh no, a pulse. Man, narrowly avoided that one. That guy didn't, but he was already dead. It's the only kills you can get are dead people. That was close. I want the no scope bad. Can you tell it? Can you tell I want it? Don't know if it was obvious. Oh no, not the pulse. Whatever will I do? They're on a fucking vendetta for me. That is good timing. Ugh. I want a fucking killing spree times 3, motherfucker. Ah, no, I get out of perfection. I've never had a fucking perfection in Halo 4 ever, I don't think. I don't think I ever got that medal at all. I did get a perfection in Halo 2 on this game. That's in my recorded history. Fucking 16-1 though. That is quite the achievement, whether or not I died. 16-2. That is quite the achievement. There was something about, I didn't read it, there was like a follow-up article to it too, so I'm sure this is all proven false by now. But some 343, probably someone who had no idea what they were talking about and had no authority saying it, was saying that there's nothing stopping them from bringing Halo 5 to PC, so, and there's a strong possibility or something like that. And I think somebody debunked it, or Microsoft said, shut your fucking mouth or something like that. But even if it was, like, had a hint of truth to it, there's no way it's going to fucking happen. This is the only thing that's selling Xbox Ones. Like, no one, damn, good shot. No one is in their right mind who'd be at Microsoft is going to be like, yeah, let's let it come to a PC. That's smart. 420, blaze it. The only way they're going to allow Halo 5 to come to, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? That was funny. Not his fault, just funny. Nope, don't leave. That the only way they're going to allow Halo 5 to come to PC is like, say, I don't know, 6 months from now, if that. Say 8 months from now. That sales are tanking for Halo 5 on Xbox One. That there's just anyone that's bought Halo 5, like that's going to buy Halo 5, has already bought Halo 5, and that market's saturated, and they're just like not selling shit. If at that point they're like, I think we could sell some more copies on a different platform, then they will start selling on PC. But other than that, they're never going to do it. And they're probably going to make up some bullshit about, oh, it's only possible on Windows 10, just like they did with like fucking Vista with Halo 2. It's like, oh, I mean, yeah, you have to have this only available on Vista because of the cool leaps and bounds we made. And by that, I mean we have code locking it to where it won't let you run it on XP. Isn't that amazing? But the first thing that'll come is Master Chief Collection. They're not going to... Damn it. Started too early. They're not going to have Halo 5 come out before Master Chief Collection on PC. Hello, Grenade. How you do? Holy shit, we're about to come back. Come on, guys. Keep on them. You motherfucker. That's always been the dumbest thing to me. It's like, yeah, let's let him spawn with a fucking handheld shotgun. That's a great idea. Why didn't we just let him spawn with a Mauler in Halo 3? That would have been just as balanced. Oh, God. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Win, you motherfuckers. God fucking damn it. Oh, my God. You guys suck. You're so fucking bad. I got an achievement at least. Oh, you assholes. We should have had that. We should have fucking had that, and you fucked it up. Somebody died, and that somebody was me. But come on. Ah, that motherfucker had just as good of a game as I did, except I suicided. Technically, I lost it for us. If you want to be, but you know, butterfly effect and all that shit. So maybe I didn't. Who knows? All right. Well, I managed to not make my rank move whatsoever, so I guess that's an accomplishment or something like that. We'll see you later. We might be back in this game at some point, but I wouldn't expect it to be anytime soon. We'll probably see you in Halo 5 some way or another. I don't know what the fuck that's going to be. Definitely there'll be some multiplayer content. There's no fucking split screen, so there won't be any of that. There might be co-op eventually, and who knows? I don't know. Really couldn't tell you. I don't even know all the game modes are in it, so we'll figure something out though. But I'm sure you'll see it on the channel. So we'll see you in hopefully the not disappointing Halo 5 Guardians. See you later.